Hello everyone and welcome. This is the Silent K and today we're playing MekHQ. How's it going, Frank, Mr. McGorilla? Glad to see you guys chatting it up. Just a quick refresher. We had just rolled over the 1st of March, which was a Monday, which spawned a battle. And I had previously thought that there was this defend grounded dropship battle randomly spawned. And then there were also 2 additional battles, and that was a mistake. I was wrong about that. This battle here, this hostile force detected, is the same mission as the defend grounded dropship. So there aren't going to be enough missions to go around, unfortunately. I was planning on starting with this artillery base, but first there is a little bit of housekeeping to take care of. First of all, 2 of the mechs and the lance that I was going to send at the artillery base are being refitted right now. The guillotine and the rifleman are both being refitted into superior versions of themselves. Now, this guillotine, I can take this one out of storage as a replacement. And we can... Victor Rama needs to be reassigned. Mech tech, he's a mech warrior. Victor Rama. And quick bug in this version, this 49.7, I think it is. I can't do this. It'll create an exception, so I'm going to unassign him and then assign him to the guillotine. And then same thing, was it Zero Chew in the rifleman, I believe, in Galatea Lance? Should be. Let me just remove that for the time being. Sorry about last Friday. Oh yeah, you missed it. It's fine. I mean, I appreciate your dedication. And honestly, I've missed more streams than you have, so I can't help but forgive you for that. Now, this other rifleman, we do have another rifleman, but we do also have some other options. This other rifleman doesn't have the best armor, doesn't have the most ammo, standard heat sinks. I'm not actually leaning towards replacing this rifleman with that one. Life happened. It does have a habit of doing that. I had this quick draw that I had actually put together for Ash originally because, if I'm not mistaken, Ash is a better pilot than gunner. So I was trying to make something melee oriented for her. But this is a build that I like under any circumstances. It's just a good all-around mech. It has the large laser instead of the LRMs, which, in my opinion, is better damage output at almost the same range. And I kind of ignore the heat penalty of the large laser because you're at that range. It's the only thing you're firing. You have the heat sinks to spare. Missed the Hoser show last week too, but enjoyed it on YouTube. Need to go and watch it again. It was fabulous. It was fantastic. Hoser really was the star of that show. Alternately, as a third option, we have this Ostsol, which is also lightly armored, but is better armed, I feel like, than the Quick Draw. So if no one has any objections, I'm going to go with the one that's more heavily armored. Gribbly, hey, how's it going? Long time no see. I hope everything has been well for you. And I look forward to our next matchup, if we ever get around to that. Assigning to none before we assign him to the other pilot, because otherwise there will be a some kind of null exception. All good here? Well, that's great. I'm glad things are going well for you. Now we should be 280. I don't know why it's still red. It should be green now since all the units are prepared. But that is the lance that we are going to be bringing, I think. Also change the personnel filter to Mech Warrior. Yeah, I could, but to me it's easier to scroll with the mouse wheel than it is to come up here and select the type of people that you're looking for. Until you get to like really large units, in which case the filter is pretty useful for me. But in this case, like, I don't know, I just find the mouse wheel easier in a unit this size. But yeah, I do appreciate the tip. I'm sure there's people here who could have missed that. There is, to be honest, a lot of clutter in the user interface of this game, so it's easy to miss something like that. So I think no, there was some other stuff I wanted to do first. Being the first of the month, um, we also got a bonus roll of 3 dependents. Enemy morale is normal. I had changed my mind about this Stuka on the open market. I know it's marked up, but it's a 100-ton aerospace fighter, and I really want to buy it. So I feel like we can turn GM mode off. We're not really doing anything with that anymore. Personal market had nothing interesting. The contract market, we're already on a contract. And then everyone gained a bunch of XP. And that is actually something that I need to handle real quick. First things first, is that Giovanna Alexander is going to be a new elite command administrator. So that's great. This green administrator is going to become a regular administrator, which is also pretty sweet. Planeswalker1125, hey, thanks for the follow. Glad you could join us. Welcome to the party. We're just doing a little bit of XP spending. Silent K, I recently caught up with all your YouTube content. Wow, there has been a lot of it. Thought I'd pop into the live stream. Very entertaining stuff. Welcome aboard indeed. Yes, glad you're enjoying the content I'm putting out. I'm flattered, honestly. I don't know what else to say. I'm just happy to have you here. I'm happy to be putting out content that people appreciate. Do your elite techs and admins have a TN of 4+ or 3+? Generally 4+. For the mech techs, however, we don't have any elite mech techs yet. We're working on getting Chris up there, but she's 9 XP short. And then the admins, I think, is 4+, but it's modified by the fact that we are on an objective raid mission type. So that's going to limit our parts availability pretty heavily. And also the era mod is messing with our mech techs. It's still a +2 for the era. So I think the veterans for like the unmodified roll is 5+ right now. That said, Penny could expend her XP for a point of edge, or she could be saving up for elite, and I think we're going to be saving up for elite. Mech Warriors. Fred Jones recently became our first elite Mech Warrior, so congratulations to you. Ruby Singh Gilmore is ready to spend XP on either piloting or an SPA, depending on what I hear from. Who was Ruby Singh Gilmore? Was that? Forgive me for not remembering. But then also Earl had told me that he wanted, or a random guy had told me that he wanted Earl to spend his XP on piloting. The errata for techs after campaign ops changed the target numbers. Interesting. So does that mean that 3+ is the new normal for elites? because that sounds like easy mode, to be honest. A couple other things that happened. A couple other things that need to happen actually is I had noticed that. Where are you? It was Vernita and Yarvik needed to switch places because Yarvik has melee specialist and he's in a Wolverine, which has a cramped cockpit. Whereas Vernita has the small pilot and the hopping jack, both of which apply to the Wolverine more than the Archer. So I wanted to swap them. Wait, no, I did that wrong again. As pilot, none. Assign to unit, medium, Wolverine, yes. Take advantage of those SPAs. Alright, so we did all that without running into any null exceptions, which is cool. And now I feel like that lance is going to be slightly more effective at what it does. And then I also had some guys over here that don't need to be not in mothballs. For example, this APC. What else was there? There was a Whitworth, I think. Did I already do that? I didn't realize I already did that. And the LRM carrier, which I did not already do. It's weird. I had in my notes that I needed to mothball a Whitworth, but it already is done. Techs are 8+, 6+, 5+, 3+. Okay, so it's only elites that gain an extra point. It's not green through veteran. That's interesting. I'll have to check into that. As soon as we get an elite tech. Doctors stay at 10, 8, 7, 6. That's weird that they would specifically have doctors be different. Although, I mean, there is... You know what? We can check this out. Skills. Let's see. For tech MekHQ is target number is 9. It's 1, 3, 4, 5 is what's listed. So that's 8, 6, 5, 4. I could do that. I could do that to fit the new errata. I would expect them to change the coding in MegaMek to fit the errata, but I do understand that there is a moratorium period. Doctors, I'm showing 8, 6, 5, and 4 because they've got the same target number as medtechs are higher target number, but we don't have any medtechs. We've just got doctors. And even medtechs are 9, 7, 6, 5. Looks like administrators are 1, 3, 4, 5, or 8, 6, 5, 4, not 3. That makes them 3. Okay, so I'm gonna leave doctors the way they are because the target number is 9, not. Medtechs don't have skill levels. I have actually seen in my other game, I had, I think, an NPC who had the medtech skill, and it was listed as a skill, but alright, I guess I'm happy with that. All the more important that we get an elite doctor as soon as possible. We're 14 XP away from that. Alright, so everyone gained XP, we spent some XP, we're doing maintenance on Hoser's Ride, which honestly looks pretty good because of all the extra time we're spending. The Rifleman is going to be ready in a few days. The guillotine's going to be ready in a while, and our backup atlas is going to be ready in a couple of days. We were paid 24, almost 25 million C-bills for our monthly payout. We need to get Lark to help get the doctor's skill up. Hopefully not all one person is going to be responsible for the XP that our doctor needs. Because, that's what, 20 injuries times 14? A couple hundred bruises and knocks on his head. Oh yeah, I had forgotten, and I mentioned this in Discord, but last week when I was refitting all the units, I forgot to outfit Wyvern's Archer. We had talked, and he wanted something with SRMs so that he could get in close and use those battle fists. So since I forgot, I went ahead and did that GM style. I did remove the SRM4s and the double heat sinks that were needed from the refit from the warehouse, but I didn't add anything, so I feel like that toll has been paid. I did also off-screen improve the spend some XP for some of our NPCs, ground vehicle pilot and soldiers. I pulled the Jabberwocky out of mothballs because I didn't like having this this empty tab on the TONE. So I assigned that to an NPC. I hope nobody minds. He's not going to get any experience or anything for it, I don't think, but I like it for fluff reasons, if nothing else. Let's see. The guillotine and the quick draw, that's on camera. The Stuka, that was on camera. Okay, so I think what we're ready to do is we're ready to assign, it was Galatea Lance, to the hostile artillery base. And let's see what will happen here. So now we have two missions showing, one for today and one not for today. A hostile controlled facility has been located. This facility is defended by an additional force of enemy artillery who have been unable to clear the area. This facility will be destroyed if all turret buildings are destroyed. This facility may be captured if 75% of the designated buildings remain intact. To capture the base, we need to destroy or rout 75% of all hostile units present. And that is, besides these 3 turrets, and these 4 mostly long-tom artillery pieces, there are, wow, 3 lances. That doesn't seem fair. That really doesn't seem fair, because that's 13,000 BV versus our 7,000 BV. Yeah, that really doesn't seem fair to me at all. That we don't have any support points, or victory points. So I don't know. Did they change it back to the way it was in 49.6? Can we add? No. No, there's no way we can add reinforcements from here. Maybe we can add them from here. Because Tonga Lance currently wasn't slated for a mission. If we could add Tonga Lance, that might even things up a bit. And those are as reinforcements. And hopefully that doesn't help the enemy reinforce as well. Okay, yeah, so they're still only bringing 13,000 BV, but 10,000 of our BV is going to be in the form of reinforcements, which are going to be several turns in the arrival. As a matter of fact, let's check on that. So strategy of 1 means that everyone gets a boost of 1 to their effective speed. So it looks like the Cronus is going to be arriving on like turn 5. Everyone else will be after that. So that's going to be quite a battle. Without any further ado, let's jump right into some action. Now we do have a reroll. Honestly, I'm kind of liking that map. I like the mix of woods and open with fairly open lines of sight. Wrong one. I did notice that the planetary conditions are daylight and a light rain. I'm thinking maybe we clear that up a bit. Because it looks like most of the enemies are 4-4 or worse. It's like just about all the enemies are 4-4 or worse. Actually, do we want to use our reroll to make it darker? And try to hinder them as much as possible. I think that's what we're going to do. Instead of changing the light rain to calm, we're going to change daylight to dusk dawn. On a map this size, the artillery is not going to be super useful. How's everyone's camo looking? Okay. Everyone's camo is set. We've got the turrets in white and red stripes. 3 lances. Oof. What's this SPA here? Sensor geek? This is allowed. Eagle's eyes. Okay. So I think everyone should have edge set up. Yeah, looks like everyone's abilities are correct. Everyone, I think their piloting and gunnery is correct. All right, and already off to a great start. We've lost initiative, so we will be deploying first. And I didn't happen to notice where we were deploying. The south, I assume. Southeast, looks like. Oh, no, reinforcements. I forgot to do the reinforcements on the right turn. They're arriving on turn 9. This could turn into a bloodbath before turn 9. Yeah, let's scrap this and do it right. We didn't have to change anything except the weather. Let's go ahead and do that real quick. R1 reroll. Round 9. Now, let's see. The Awesome and the Stalker are going to be round 8. The Archer should be round 7. The Blackjack has a speed of 5, plus 1 is 6. From 12 is 6. And the Cronus has a speed of 6, plus 1 is 7. So you're deploying on round 5. That seems a lot more manageable to me. And we did win initiative this time. That was not my intent, but I'll take it. Do we want to approach from a little further away, maybe? Gonna have to stay mobile because of the amount of artillery they've got. Truck up along this edge. Take pot shots into whoever's in this area. Let's see, we don't have eyes on anyone yet. I think maybe our sensors don't become active until turn 1. want the guillotine to start up here and start wrecking stuff early, because he's got the jump jets to get through around these buildings really easily. So yeah, we can head up this way on turn 1, and then turn 2 we could be anywhere in this area. And the Orion has a bit more of a long-range punch, so I want him... Maybe we tack around this side, try to cover this... Oh. Or we can back up the guillotine and try to take out this artillery piece over here. Alright, and now our luck has turned. We're losing initiative on round 1. Oh, we've got plenty of sensor returns there. Oh, Long Tom's gonna land this turn. Okay, when I said that I wanted us to stay mobile, I didn't realize how far out of place I was putting those guys, and I forgot about the lack of visibility. We're gonna go ahead and sprint up this way. No, we're not. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna like that. Okay, so we found a champion and a dragon. Krypton can't quite get close enough to either of those. Alright, sprinting on turn 1 it is. Is from the rifleman, so that's large laser range. It's also short range for his autocannons. He suffers from heat problems, whereas our guillotine has double heat sinks. I stick this where it's out of the way. Yeah, there's nothing going on there. Alright. Artillery hits a bunch of damage and a bridge. You sprinted, so you can't do anything. Although... just to make sure... Yeah, attacker sprinted, no attacks are available. On a 10 versus on a 9. 9's not great either. But against our vehicle, I think I want to use the cluster munitions. Yeah, let's go ahead and do the torso twist. The LRMs and the autocannon at the Long Tom. Medium lasers. The SRMs at the Skulker. That works for me. It's not likely to hit, but I'd rather take the shot than not. The champion is also joining in. What does he need? He needs an 11. Rifleman, if you would please show me. 11s on just one autocannon. I don't know. For me, I would be firing both autocannons every turn, even if it meant building up a little heat, just because they're 1 point for 5 damage. Like, it's a hard sell to install one in a mech, but once it's installed, you gotta use it every turn. Yeah, we'll go for the rifleman because I think he's the bigger threat and the easier takedown compared to the dragon. And just the large laser at the champion. So the rifleman missing on 11s, the skulker missing on a 10, the Orion at the long tom landing 6 of his LRMs on a roll of 9. All of it to the front, none of it super effective. 6 pellets from the LBX hit as well, costing it 2 movement points and 5 to his driving skill rolls. So if he tries to flank and turn, he's very likely to go out of control. Our guillotine hit the rifleman in the left torso for 8, leaving him with 7 armor and destroying his searchlight. And the dragon landing an autocannon 5 in return on the guillotine to the right torso. Other than that, everything missed. No melee attacks, not much in the way of heat. The guillotine is at 1, the rifleman is at 1. We've 1 initiative going into turn 2. Long Tom will land again this turn. So the Scorpion tank, this Long Tom moved. Did he flank? His movement is 0. Yeah, he might have flanked. There's no telling. Yeah, we'll get into melee range with the Grand Dragon, especially because he's got that PPC and the LRMs, which are not super useful at this range. Whereas we've got 2 mediums and the SRMs. And the small laser. Yeah, I think we've got the advantage at close range, and we can still keep firing the LBX and the LRMs at something farther away. And then we'll kick him and make him regret all of his life's choices that brought him to this point. 3, 4, 5, 6, that's medium range. This is the autocannon 2 variant of the dragon. He's not much of a threat. Champion, however, has an autocannon 10. What's the height on this build? 1. Line of sight is blocked. Ow. That building, is it measuring 1 hex height? I think it is. We should be able to see the champion from there. 3, 6, so that's still going to be medium range. Long range for everything else. I didn't get the guillotine quite as far as I was expecting. I was expecting to be in the town by turn 2, not on the outskirts. But I'd really like to get into melee range with this rifleman. Maybe take out his legs. I know he's got very little armor on those legs. And I feel like that jump is going to make us evasive enough that we can afford to do that. Long Tom has hit hex 1720, which is probably not far from where we are. Destroying the building and doing damage to other buildings. And the dragon taking 5 to the rear, hitting his left leg, leaving him with 13 armor. So, enemy artillery for the win, guys. Okay, so we've got 10s on the champion. We'll hopefully have 7s or better next turn if we walk. But for now, we'll take the 2 10s, we'll take a pair of 12s. Is the long tom the bigger threat? 1720. 1720 is actually up here. So it did not hit where I thought it did. I was thinking it was like down here somewhere. That's 1735. So I don't think the long tom is as much of a threat as the rifleman is. So I think it's also a lot tougher than the rifleman is. We'll skip the large laser because it doesn't have that heat efficiency at all. And that drops us down to -1 heat, which works for me. We'll take a pair of 9s and another 9 and a 9. Oh, they've got a stalker. I did not notice the stalker earlier. He's got LRMs needing 10s and 11s with the large lasers and the LRMs. Really hoping for, say, a fuel explosion with this. And hoping, not expecting. We've got 9s with everything. See if we can get the large laser in the mix. At the cost of 2 mediums. No, I think I'd rather have the mediums. Considering the roll is the same. Oh, we could do it for 1 medium. And be at, what, 2 heat, I think? Yeah. Yeah, no, we can get the large in there. Alright, the rifleman landing a medium laser on the guillotine's left leg. The skulker landing a medium laser on the Orion's right leg. Scarponi missing, unfortunately, with everything, not rolling higher than a 9. SRM2 turret needs 11s, doesn't get any of them. The skulker needs a 9, gets an 8. The champion missing with his autocannon, but hitting with a medium laser to the guillotine's right arm, and a small laser to the guillotine's center torso. Guillotine returning fire on the rifleman, landing medium lasers to the center torso and left leg, leaving him with 7 armor. Hopefully we can do something with that when it comes to kicking time. The Grand Dragon missing on 10s, the Stalker missing on 10s and 11s, the Dragon tagging Scarponi in the right arm with that autocannon too. Orion landing 2 SRMs on the Grand Dragon's right leg and right torso. And then the LBX lands 3 pellets on the Long Tom's left side, but not getting the crit. Dragon missing on 10s and 11s, Dragon missing on an 11. How many dragons did they bring? Jeez. And quick draw missing on 9s, can't get anything higher than an 8, looks like. The Orion, yes, you're going to kick the Grand Dragon on a 6. Guillotine is going to kick the Rifleman on a 5, hopefully. Grand Dragon kicking the Orion in the left leg for 12, leaving him with 20 armor. Who is in the Orion again? Nairn Limbrick. Yep, don't know you. Champion missing his kick on the guillotine. The Orion kicking the Grand Dragon in the left leg for 15, leaving him with 3 armor. Rifleman kicking the guillotine in the right leg for 12. Dragon missing a punch on the Orion. Guillotine kicking the Rifleman in that damaged left leg, leaving him with 7 structure, but not getting the crit. Guillotine fell because he was kicked. Rolled a 3. Are you fighting Drax? Yep. Yes, we are. And that's why they brought like 4 dragons. And they kicked our guillotine prone, taking damage to the left and right torsos. Grand Dragon also falls, taking 6 to the arm. The champion and the rifleman both stay standing. Champion is now at 7 heat, so he's going to be less of a threat next turn. He still has that autocannon 10 though, which is only 3 heat, so he's definitely going to fire that if he's got any sense. We won initiative because of our bonus only, but we rolled Snake Eyes and got a +2, which matched their roll of 4, and then we rolled off and we got a 6 +2 versus their 7. So we did win initiative. We're down to 98.8% of our forces. The artillery garrison is down to 91.6. Primary outforce down to 98.2. So we're pulling ahead, but not as much as I would like. Both long toms are firing at close range. Do I want the Orion to be within medium laser range of a stalker? I don't know about that. Do we keep our distance? He's got LRMs. So do we. I think we're going to try to maintain a distance. Try to move unpredictably so we don't get caught in any artillery. Well, this is a fine how do you do. We're pretty well surrounded and we're prone. Gonna need a 4 to get up and a 3 for running. One, two, three, 4. So that's short range with the PPCs on the long tom, and short range with everything else on the dragon. I think I like that move. And then we torso twist this way, and we get the punches in. That's on his right side though, not his left, which is unfortunate. Maybe the dice gods will be happy with us today. Long toms land and scatter. Hex 2630, 1528, and 2828. No, we're gonna do primary target on the dragon. And then a single shot at the long tom with a PPC on a 7. Or on a 9. No, we'll do the 7. Definitely taking the easier shot there. And that leaves us heat neutral. Oh, the Orion's getting ganged up on. think I want that extra 16% chance to hit. We'll go for the 9 and the 8 on the stalker. And then 9s, I guess, on the long tom. Not thrilled with it, but we've kind of moved out of support range for the rest of the lance. Alright, we've got 6s on the dragon. Maybe we can do a little good. Glad that didn't go through. 12, 15, so that should leave us at 2 heat. Bingo. Alright, the SRM-2 turret missing on 10s. The enemy rifleman missing on 10s as well. The Skulker tagging the Orion in the left arm for 5. Scarponi landing 4 SRMs on the dragon. To the right arm, center torso, and left arm. Missing with the PPC though. And both medium lasers. That's, or all 3 medium lasers and the other SRM-6. What do you think about the quick draw? Any good? This is the first time it's actually seen action in this configuration. But I am a fan of quick draws in general, especially ones with double heat sinks and extra lasers. So far it's performing pretty well, I would say. We'll find out if it's worth it here in the melee phase when he takes 2 punches on the rifleman, unless the rifleman falls down. The Skulker misses. Our Orion only lands nothing. The champion missing everything on 7s. We got lucky there. And he's definitely taking a cooldown turn. Hermes missing on 8s and 10s. I didn't even know they had a Hermes. Jeez, that's how badly outnumbered we are. Grand Dragon missing on 12s and 9s. The Thumper missing on 9s with his machine guns. The Flamer turret missing on 12s. Guillotine on the Dragon, needing 6s. Landing a large laser to the center torso, glancing off down for 4 damage. Medium lasers, solid hits on both legs and the right arm. And all 6 SRMs. Wow. So that left leg is down to 6 armor. Right torso is down to 12. I'm not the only one who can't roll their dice. Yeah, I feel like I've been getting extremely lucky with the RNG this match. Stalker at the Guillotine landing both large lasers to the left and center torso, missing with the SRMs. Generally, I'm either firing the large lasers with the LRMs or the medium lasers with the SRMs. I don't usually do that distribution. The dragon missing on 9s, other dragon missing on 10s and 12s. This dragon landing a medium laser on the Orion's center torso rear for 5 armor remaining. Quick draw, missing everything on 8s. That's disappointing. I was hoping to get at least a couple of hits in. And dragon number 74. The one shooting at Scarponi took 20 plus damage. Does not fall down. Alright. Berlone. Is it Berloni? I choose to think it's Berlone. Needs a 6 to kick the right leg out of that dragon. Guillotine. We're gonna kick the scorpion on a 6. What else can we do? Not much. We can dodge. Actually, dodging might be the better option. Needs a 6. Come on, Johnny. I'm going to assume they're both 6s, and dodging should make them both 8s. And then we've got 2 punches for the rifleman on 8s. Alright, Grand Dragon misses his kick on the Orion. Marauder kick Bertoni. Scarponi kicks the right leg of the dragon for 15, leaving him with 13 armor. Champion missing the guillotine. Dragon kicking the guillotine in the right leg, going internal but not getting the crit. Quick draw, punching the rifleman in the right arm for 6, leaving him with 9 armor. Guillotine was kicked but doesn't fall down. Grand Dragon missed a kick and falls down. Takes 6 damage to the right and center torso. Manages to avoid pilot damage at least. The champion and dragon number 73 both succeed their rolls. The champion is down to 6 heat. The Grand Dragon is up to 7. Everyone else is at 2 or less. Alright, we have 1 initiative going into round 4. Our reinforcements will be arriving next turn, I believe, or starting to. And we're still pulling ahead of the BV race. We're 97.9 versus their 96.2. Long toms at short range will be landing this turn. First, well, let's save the guillotine for later because I really want him where no one else is. Let's see, the Orion can get up on the Stalker, I think, or maybe the Long Tom. Get in kicking range of this one. Does leave his back open, but let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah, he can get right behind me that way. Maybe not if I do this. Let's have for these buildings. 12, 25. So he can't really walk on top of those buildings. He can walk through them, but that's going to be a piloting check. Can Berlone handle the south edge of this map by himself? Just the rifleman and the dragon? Which dragon is this? The 1C. That's the autocannon 2. Yeah, I think Berlone can handle. Yeah, if we get into the left side, we could possibly leg it. We wouldn't be able to use any physical attacks. But yeah, we could fire a bunch of medium lasers and SRMs into that damaged side. We might even be able to get a PPC shot on the dragon from here. I don't know, that 15-point kick. We have a 50-50 chance of getting that leg if we do something like this. Or it's not evasive at all, but I'm not really worried. The autocannons have a minimum range. The autocannon, I'm not worried about. The LRMs have a minimum range. I think we're relatively safe here. We've got a Hermes on our flank, but I think we've got the armor to withstand that for a turn. Random guy, hey, how's it going? Glad you could join us. If we can get through this battle, uh, oof, in the next less than an hour, we can maybe start the next battle that you're slated to be in. Mariana Lance is going to be taking on the defend ground dropship mission. And it looks like there's friendly fire from the Long Tom hitting the Dragon 1C and the right leg twice and the center torso. Artillery smashing? Yeah, and it's not us doing the smashing or getting smashed. So it's the right kind of artillery smashing. Eight versus a 9, yeah, I'll take the 8. And those skulkers. For Orion, yeah, he's I tried to move the guillotine up to support. Guillotine has shots on the Skulker. Skulkers are relatively tough though, so it's going to take some concentrated fire to bring him down. We're looking at 5 or 10s and 12s with the guillotine on him versus 7s to take out the Long Tom, try to finish him off. He's still got from the right side. How much armor does he still have? Yeah, he's still got 80 points of armor, so that's also going to be... How about the Scorpion? Is that a good target? Or the Champion? We're in his rear arc, actually. Oh, but we were only able to hit him in the left arm, which means that we're looking at 10s if we shoot anything else at anything else. The Scorpion on 7s, the Long Tom on 7s. Let's see if we can take out the Scorpion. They're relatively lightly armored. That puts us at 4 heat. I'd rather get the SRM6 in. That would put us at 5 heat. We're gonna have to skip the large. Nines on the Hermes versus 7s on the Champion. The Champion has that autocannon, which is kind of a problem. And a small laser at the crippled Long Tom. What about the dragon? Can you reach its ammo? Oh no. Oh, this is not good. The dragon ammo. We haven't really started working on the dragons. They're, I would say, lower priority targets versus, you know, the stalker, for example, and the rifleman. I've been concentrating on the rifleman because he's got the biggest damage to armor ratio, I think, on the field. Long Tom getting a lucky crit on the machine with the machine gun on the Orion's center torso, leaving him with 34 armor. Fortunately, not only rolling a 5 to confirm. SRM2 turret missing on 10s. The rifleman landing a medium laser on the Scarponi's right leg. Getting boxcars on the crit confirmation and removing the right leg with surgical precision. Yeah, uh-oh is right. He's about to get swarmed. The other medium laser to the right arm. I think that's the first hit Scarponi has taken, isn't it? Doctors are gonna get some work. Yeah, because he's gonna have like at least a 10 to avoid damage. And then hopefully he doesn't take any head hits on the ground. And this is why I should have kept through armor crits as well, I guess. Yeah, that would have prevented that. Or at least most likely would have. But again, with only 2 edge, you have to pick and choose. I'm not saying you chose wrong. I honestly think you chose right, but sometimes you just don't get lucky. The Skulker missing on a 12. Scarponi firing at the rifleman, landing 2 medium lasers to the right arm and center torso, landing 4 SRMs to the center torso, left torso, and right arm. So his right arm is down to 2 armor, center torso is down to 8, left torso is down to 5. And then 4 more SRMs to the left and right torsos and the left arm. PPC landing on the dragon's left torso, leaving him with 8 armor. Scorpion at the guillotine, landing a medium laser to the left leg. Skulker missing the Orion on a 9. Guillotine on the Scorpion, landing a medium laser to the right side. Medium laser to the turret. And 4 SRMs to the right side, front, turret, and right side. Leaving him with 2 armor on that right side, costing him a movement point. Champion at the Marauder. Landing the autocannon 10 shot on an 8, getting a 9. Which transfers into the right torso, destroying the searchlight, leaving him with 14 armor on that right torso. The Grand Dragon missing the Orion, the Thumper missing the Orion, the Quick Draw on the Champion, landing a medium laser to 2 medium lasers to the left arm, stripping it down to 0 armor, 3 SRMs to the right leg, left leg, and center torso. The Stalker at Scarponi landing 8 LRMs to the left arm and right torso. The Dragon missing on 8s, 9s, and 10s. Dragon missing on 9s and 11s. Dragon missing on 11s. I didn't need that searchlight anyway. That's a good attitude to have about it. The Orion landing his LB-10X on the Stalker's left torso, not quite getting the crit. Which is a shame because I know he keeps ammo in that left torso. Or something. I'm not sure what, but something has ammo in that left torso. And landing a medium laser on a head. So that's 15 damage to the Stalker. But not quite enough to knock him down. And the small laser does hit the Long Tom's left side. Scarponi goes down, takes 5 to the center torso and 3 to the right arm, critting on the upper arm actuator. So yeah, that would have been your second point of edge right there. We'll see how this goes. Needs a 13 to avoid damage, needs a 3 to stay conscious. Did knock down the rifleman though, taking 5 to the right leg and 1 to the left. And needing a 7 to avoid damage, getting an 8. So we're going to kick this Long Tom, hopefully on that damaged left side. Actually, which dragon is this? Maybe we can get some lucky head hits on this dragon. Alright, the Orion kicks the Long Tom in the left side for 15. He's down to 57 armor. The Quick Draw punches the dragon in the right torso and the head, forcing his first consciousness check. The Grand Dragon is at 8 heat. The Champion is at 6. We've won initiative. We've got reinforcements coming in, but we're down to 94% versus their 92. I don't like being down to 94% under the best of circumstances. I want to finish the mission at 94%. I don't want to Oh, any edge. Do we reinforce the Orion? Do we reinforce Scarponi? Just so many of them. 94 and missing a leg, yeah. That is unfortunate. I think I need to prioritize that stalker. Have stiletto. I think try to not sprint, but run at top speed down this avenue, I should say. Try to land some hits on the stalker. There's just so much. I mean, it's really thick through here. It's maybe not quite as thick down here. Alright, Thumper's landing in 0 turns. Sorry about that. Alright. If we get up, that's gonna be what, like a 10? Armor's still relatively fresh everywhere except for that right leg. And bleeding into the right torso. Hmm. Anyone got some duct tape handy? I think that's gonna take more than duct tape. Oh no. So the Long Tom landed directly on Scarponi, dealing 25 damage, transferring into the right torso. We've got the right arm, right torso, right leg critical, which goes to... Oh. Well, so much for the Marauder. Yeah, it's gonna take more than duct tape. So it takes 3 hits ejecting, which causes him to black out. Well, I guess the Marauder is not destroyed, but its engine is out. Yeah. Fortunately we had case in that thing, and we get to keep the engine, if maybe some paint as well. Rifleman also took 15 of that, 10 to the right arm, 5 to the center torso. The Dragon took 15 as well, to the right arm and left torso. And the Quick Draw took 5 to the left torso as well. So that was some effective artillery right there. Immobile prone. Wait, what? How? He ejected, right? with Case, we might be able to recover Marauder pieces. He has to survive so the doctor can get some work. Yes. I mean, is the mech still alive until the end of the turn, or what? Because we're knocked out from... Wait, it did say eject, right? He took 3 hits ejecting, not... Let me double check that. I could have sworn he ejected. No. Takes 2 damage, 3 total hits. He is... Since he doesn't have XL, he's still in the fight. He's still a target. And he can't eject until he wakes up. So yeah, they're going to continue wailing on him, and he can do nothing about it. If I'm not mistaken. Let me just double check. Attacker is in no condition to fire weapons. Indeed. So yeah, Case kept him in the fight, unfortunately. Okay, those are 8s. Can we finish off this guy? Is there a chance we can get a fuel explosion? Probably not from the front. Whereas this guy would be shooting him in the side, it looks like, not his rear. On 8, on 5, and 8s. Yeah, we'll take the 12 shot and the 9 shot as well. Okay, the guillotine versus stalker is not the matchup that I wanted it to be, especially not considering the guillotine's already hurt. Carpathize, hey, how's it going? Welcome to this bloody mess. We're trying to take out an artillery base, and it looks like we might be starting to pull back a bloody stump. So things are not going great all of a sudden. Scarponi got his leg taken off by a lucky medium laser shot, and now he's immobile and prone and quite the target. Yeah, I think the quick draw is going to unload almost everything into the back of the rifleman. Do we go to 6 heat? Is now a good time to go to 6 heat? It's on a 5. Oh man, I can't turn down a 5. Not into the back of a rifleman. I want that kill. Alright, let's see how bad it is. Rifleman landing a large laser to the center torso, autocannon 5 to the left torso, medium laser to the center torso, and another one. The Skulker at the Orion landing a medium laser to the left arm, the Harasser at the Guillotine landing 3 SRMs, 2 of them to the right leg, critting on a heat sink. The Scorpion missing on 9s, the SRM-2 turret landing a single missile onto the Quick Draw's left leg. Long Tom landing are missing his machine gun fire on the Cronus. Skulker missing a medium laser on the Orion. The Orion at the mobile Long Tom needing 8s, 12s, and 9s only lands the SRM 4. However, does finally immobilize it so that it's now going to be a much easier target. Wait, this is the fresh long tom, so that one's immobile now. And immobilized again. The champion landing his heavy autocannon on the quick draw's center torso, leaving him with 16 armor. The Grand Dragon at the guillotine missing on a 12. The small laser turret on the guillotine landing a lucky crit on the right arm, lower arm actuator. The quick draw into the rifleman. Large laser to the right leg, critting on the hip and the foot. Missing a medium laser. The next one to the left leg. Right arm destroyed, transferring into the right torso rear. Center torso rear, critting on the engine. And the SRM-4 unfortunately missing. The stalker at the guillotine, landing a large laser, would have been the head, but transfers to the left torso, going internal there. And 4 SRMs to both arms and the center torso. Dragon missing on 9s and 11s, Dragon missing on 11s, the guillotine on the stalker, landing a large laser to the left torso. Medium lasers to the center torso and left arm. The Dragon landing a medium laser on the Orion's right leg. Flamer turret on the guillotine's left torso. Again, going internal but not getting the crit. Thumper missing his machine gun fire. The Cronus at the already damaged long tom, landing just 2 medium lasers to the rear and left side. And 3 SRMs, costing it more movement points but not immobilizing it. Guillotine stays standing. Rifleman falls down again, taking 5 to the left torso and 1 to the right torso. Needs a 10 to avoid damage, needs a 3 to stay conscious, and barely gets the 3. So the guillotine is going to try to kick the stalker on a 5. Quick draw is going to try to kick the rifleman on a 1. And stiletto can punch the Grand Dragon on a 7. The Grand Dragon missing his kick on the Cronus. The guillotine kicking the stalker in the right leg for 14. Stalker kicking the guillotine in the left leg for 15. One more like that and we're down for the count. Quick draw kicking the rifleman in the right torso rear, critting on a medium laser. The Dragon kicking the Marauder in the left torso down to 2 armor. The Cronus punching the Grand Dragon in the left torso down to 10 armor. The guillotine stays standing. The Grand Dragon does not, take 6 to the left torso. The Stalker also falls, taking 8 to the left leg and right arm. The quick draw is at 6 heat. The guillotine is at 4. Champion is still at 6. The rifleman is at 14. Needs a 4+ to shut down. Rolls a 3 and shuts down. The rifleman is out of the fight for a turn. We've won initiative. We're down to 90% even. They're down to 86.86, which is not the advantage I would like to have at this point. Blackjack deploys this turn. The Blackjack is definitely coming down here to support Verlone. This is a Lightwoods, isn't it? We have ER lasers. I'm thinking 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Nope. We'll go 1, 2, 3, 4. We'll walk into these heavy woods. We'll have plenty of cover against these guys. We can lay down ER large laser fire. That won't show us. Those things have a range of 7 though. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Dragon is just out of short range where he's at right now from where we want to be. Thumper and Long Toms landing in 0 turns. Alright, let's start with the Blackjack since we know what we want him to do. Maybe he can draw some attention from the Dragon. This dragon is hurting where? Left leg more than the right. It also leaves us an easy target for the champion, which I'm not liking. The champion's weak side is his left side, so we'll try to get in close to that. I know we're not in his left arc, but maybe next turn. Guillotine needs to not be next to the flamer and small laser turret. Those things messed him up good last time. Also don't want to be next to the SRM2 turret. Maybe get in here and try to finish off these long toms. Stalker is like weak on his right leg. Again, it's not quite as far as I would like to move, but it's as far as we can go. Alright, Ground Dragon needs a 6 to stand up and succeed. Stalker needs an 8, gets an 11. Long Tom hits the Blackjack for 5 to the right arm. Long Tom lands on Scarponi for 15 to the right, to the center torso, to the left arm, getting a lucky crit on the medium laser and the lower arm actuator. Now we are just taking all of the lucky crits this time. And 5 more to the left arm. Also hits the Dragon and the Rifleman for 5 each, to the right torso and left arm respectively. No condition to fire weapons, okay. Yes, I'm sure. Nines versus nines. Yeah, let's go for that left leg. Maybe we can transfer into the center torso from there. Maybe we just start with the left torso. No, we definitely want to leg him. The Orion's here to get into the back of this dragon, which hopefully 2 mediums, a small, and the SRMs can do enough that we can get in there with some cluster and set off some ammo. And the LRM on the Stalker on a 10 versus a 12 versus a 13 versus an 11. So yeah, the 10 is the easiest shot we've got. Since we're not building up any heat, we might as well take it. Guillotine, you came here to try to mess up. Well, we've got this here Scorpion, which has taken some damage. Probably won't take much more. Skulkers are awfully tempting as well. Oh man, that guillotine is taking so much fire. This quick draw is taking so much fire as well. Alright, the Skulker missing the guillotine on a 10. The Harasser landing 4 SRMs on the Orion to his center torso, right torso, and left arm, down to 12 armor on that left arm. Scorpion missing the guillotine on 9s. Long Tom hitting Scarponi in the left arm and left torso with machine guns. That left torso down to 0 armor. All we need is another ammo explosion. That'll make my day. Let's see. SRM2 turret missing on 10s. The Blackjack on the Rifleman, landing on a large laser to the left leg, transferring into the left torso, leaving it with 5 structure. The Skulker at the Guillotine, landing a critical hit to the head, which fortunately doesn't get confirmed, costing our pilot his first consciousness check. There's more ammo in the Marauder now, all contained in the case's torso. Okay. I forgot it wasn't split. You know, I was gonna say the last thing I need is for you to take another ammo explosion, 2 more hits, and then another head hit, and you're dead. That's just the kind of luck I would be used to. But yeah, having all the ammo in one torso limits the liability there. The Champion missing the quick draw on 9s. The Hermes missing on an 11. The Orion at the Dragon missing his first 3 shots, all on 7s. The SRM4 landing on the right leg. And of course the cluster munition not really penetrating anything. LRM-15 also missed. The Grand Dragon on the Orion missing on 8s. Small laser turret costing the Cronus her first edge to transfer that head hit into the right torso. Guillotine at the Scorpion hits the turret, the front, the left side, immobilizing it with an SRM to the left side, but not quite getting the kill. The Stalker missing the Guillotine on 8s and 10s. Dragon missing the Guillotine on 11s. Dragon missing the Quick Draw on 11s and 10s. Quick Draw on the Champion, hitting the right arm with a medium laser. 3 SRMs to both legs and the center torso. Dragon hitting the Orion in the left torso with a medium laser. Flamer turret missing on 11s. Cronus on the Stalker hitting the center torso with a medium. Right arm and left leg with smalls. Missing with everything else. Alright, we can kick this dragon in one of his legs. We can kick this Long Tom in his right side. Or we can kick the Thumper on a random side. Maybe we take out the Thumper's motives. Yeah, let's concentrate fire on the one that's already been damaged. And then of course the Quick Draw. If I could please. Going to go for the double punch on the Champion on 7s. Or do we go for the kick? On a 5. How bad is his legs looking? Not as bad as I was hoping. It has plenty of structure there. But we'll take the easier shot. Stiletto kicking the Stalker on a 5. Sounds good. The Orion missing on a 4 with Snake Eyes. So that's going to be a piloting check. The Stalker missing the Cronus on an 8. The Guillotine kicking the Long Tom in the right side for 14, leaving it with 66. Champion missing his kick on the Quick Draw. Quick Draw kicking the Champion in the left leg, critting on his hip. That's going to be 2 piloting checks for him. Both at a +2, I believe. And then the Cronus kicking the Stalker in the left leg for 11, leaving him with 7 armor. The Orion stays standing, the Stalker stays standing, the Champion stays standing on 3/8. Missed a kick, was kicked, and hip actuator on 8s on all of them with a 10, an 8, and 11. That is some really good luck on his part. Our Guillotine is at 3 heat, our Quick Draw is at 3 heat. Their Stalker is at 3, their Champion is at 6, the Rifleman is still at 5 and starts back up finally. Legless. Scarponi wakes back up, which is amazing. Alright, we've won the initiative. And we should be deploying an archer this turn. We're at 89%, they're at 80%. Now this is Ash's archer, which has a slew of medium lasers and a pair of hatchets. So definitely want to be getting in as close as possible. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Should be able to cover Berlone from there. Berlone's also going to be the target of some long tom fire, I'll bet. Three, four, five, six. Long tom will land this turn. Oh boy. You can try to get up, but it's on a 10. The odds of being successful are slim. You may get more doctor time if you fail to get up. Yeah, the last thing I want is for him to have like a broken back or something. That would be painful. And I'm not just talking about the pain of the broken back. That stalker can flip arms. So I don't think... Well, I mean, not all of his weapons are in his arms. But from here, I've got partial cover. He's still in short range for all of our guns. We're sort of evasive. And we're getting back shots on a stalker, but stalkers have... Wait, how much back armor do stalkers have? I'm thinking like 18 to 20. No, 7 to 10. Interesting. Yeah, back shots on a stalker then. Rifleman destroyed by ejection. And we're going to be picking up that pilot. Oh, jeez. Yeah, the long tom landing on Scarponi. Hits the left torso. Center torso for the gyro and the engine. Center torso. Hits the long tom in the left side, costing it motive damage. Hits the Hermes in the center torso and left torso. Hits the pilot, who ejected for 20 points. Hits the quick draw for 5 to the left leg. Hits the archer for 5 to the right torso. And, oh man. Yeah, I should have ejected during the movement phase. I forgot that was a thing that needed to happen then. Because this mech is not going to survive another round. And ejecting from prone is probably going to hurt you some more. have exceeded our goals. Yes, yes, we have. Okay, well, yeah, I'll take the 7 with the autocannon on the Grand Dragon because I don't think we're crit seeking on him yet. No, I'd rather have the solid 10, even on a 7. And those are 7s and a 9. Might as well take the shot on 12. It's the best shot we've got. Actually, those are 9s. This is 8s, which is better. That's 3s, which is pretty much guaranteed. We're gonna go for the kick on this guy, though. We'll take the 8s over the 9s, though, for sure. Oh, the stalker flipped arms. What is he firing at us? Medium lasers on 8s. We've got 7s on him. 7s and I guess an 11. Yeah, just 111. Just 1 point of heat, I think. Alright, the Harasser, missing the Cronus on 10s. The Archer on the Hermes, landing medium lasers to the right arm, center torso, right arm, down to 1 armor there, 2 on the center torso. And the left arm. The Skulker, missing the Archer. The SRM 2 turret, landing an SRM on the Cronus's left arm. Out of 4 7s, only landed 1 missile. Quick draw at the Hermes, landing a medium laser to the right torso rear, triple critting his autocannon 5, and a medium laser to the right leg. Long Tom hitting missing the quick draw with both machine guns. The Champion landing his autocannon on the quick draw's right leg for 10, down to 14 there. The Hermes 2, medium laser and autocannon 5, and the Flamer on the Marauder center torso. Critting his engine and gyro again. The Marauder hitting the mobile Long Tom with his 1 head-mounted laser. Grand Dragon at the Orion, hitting a medium laser to the left leg. Stalker at the Cronus, hitting the left arm twice, the center torso twice. The Orion at the Grand Dragon, landing the LB-10X on the right arm, critting his PPC. Following that with a Boxcar's crit confirmation, blowing the right arm off completely. And then 3 SRMs to the right torso, left arm, and right leg. So that Grand Dragon is minus his PPC. That's good news. Dragon firing on Scarponi, needing 10s, 11s, and 12s and missing. Guillotine on the Dragon, missing on 8s and 9s. The Dragon missing Scarponi on 8s, 10s, and 11s. The Dragon missing the Orion on 10s and 12s. Blackjack on the Long Tom, hitting the right side with everything, leaving it with 59 armor and a destroyed stabilizer. The Thumper landing both machine guns on the Orion's center torso, leaving us with 26 armor, and the Cronus into the back of the Stalker, hitting the left torso rear, the left arm, left torso rear again, and then SRMs to the right torso rear and left arm. Cronus needs a 5 to stay standing, gets a 3, goes prone, taking 5 to the left leg and 1 to the right torso rear. Hermes stays standing, Grand Dragon falls to the right torso and left torso, 6 damage. Narrowly avoiding pilot damage. Orion going to kick the Thumper in the front on a 4. Guillotine going to kick the Scorpion on a 1. Quick Draw going to kick the Hermes on a 6 or punch the Hermes on 8s. Reminded of the Monty Python Holy Grails, it's just a flesh wound. Yeah, we might be able to save what's left of the Marauder. The only thing is, I know there's artillery inbound on that Marauder, so if we eject, we're going to get hit by it. But there's really not much choice. It's that or stay in the mech. Do we sacrifice the mech or the pilot? Is basically what it comes down to, because one of them is going to get destroyed in the artillery. Maybe we can pick up another Marauder at some point. Punching the Hermes on 8s? No, we'll kick him on a 6. That's right. Alright, the Hermes kick the Marauder in the left torso for 8. Save the metal. We can always find another Marauder. We can always modify it. But there's only one Scarponi. And I'd hate for someone to lose their character in their first outing with me. Sacrifice the hardware, save the software. That's what I'm leaning towards, yeah. So he's not going to eject. His mech is going to get totaled by artillery fire, but at least he'll survive. The Orion kicked the Thumper in the front for 15. The Guillotine kicked the Scorpion in the right side and destroyed it. The Quick Draw kicked the Hermes in the left leg. The Archer hatchets the Hermes in the center torso for 14, destroying it. But we should save the pilot, which isn't the real way they did it in Battletech Universe. But yeah, save the pilot. Yeah, I think that's the plan. Excuse me. Let's see. Quick Draw is at 3 heat. Blackjack is at 4. Grand Dragon is at 6. Champion is at 5. Depends upon the mercenary outfit. I agree, and I try to always be a benevolent leader. We want more XP for the Doctor anyway. Yeah. It would be best, I think, if the Doctor got their XP from captured enemy soldiers. Ideally. Okay. Poser. Coming in, I think, on this guy's left side, which is already where he's damaged. And pilots were always more valued than the mech. According to some sources, I'll give you that, but I've also seen other sources that say, oh, what was it? Life is cheap, battle mechs aren't. It was the slogan, I think, from the 80s. So yeah, we're gonna come in stomping with the PPCs. Actually, how many hexes is that? 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That should be right. Although we could play it safer. Do that, yeah. And Warwolf in the Stalker. Okay, so I'm thinking Hoser is going to advance slowly and fire on the long toms, whereas Warwolf is going to try to run up here and engage this Stalker. That's the plan anyway. You know what they say about plans in first contact with the enemy. So the Thumper and the long tom both landing this turn. Oh, I want to eject. That's what my instincts are telling me. but I know that if I eject, he's dead, whereas if his mech gets shot out from under him, he survives. So I'm going to have him do nothing. Felt like I took a step there. A very significant step. Oh, this dragon just wants to turn his back on me, doesn't he? Is it worth changing the plan over? Actually, better yet. That's his side, that's his side. That's his back. Snyder, hey, how's it going? Haven't seen you in a little bit. You're playing in 3040s when battle mechs are starting to see manufacture again. It's really during the Third Succession War when mechs are priceless artifacts as they become rarer and rarer. Okay, so yeah, definitely makes sense to sacrifice the mech to save the pilot. We can try to wail on that dragon's left side from here. There's no way we can get him into short range. I might as well leave him in medium range, right? Yeah, yeah, I think moving slowly makes more sense this turn. Despite the base to hit 8 through armor crit, I'm happy to see how well it's absorbing damage. Yeah, got seriously unlucky, but hanging in there pretty good. Hmm. I don't want to be in this area. There's too much artillery incoming. Four, we got the 4. Is it worth straying from the plan for? We got back shots on a dragon. That's a base dragon. Taken very little damage so far. Its left side is going to take a wailing from Warwolf. Is it worth the kick? Or do we just fire the mediums? Or do we stay on the long tom? I'm not sure that was the right move. We'll have to see. guillotine is pretty hurt. Alright, everyone succeeded all of their piloting checks, which is cool. Except for when the enemy did it. Yep. Okay, Thumper misses. Thumper hits the Marauder in the head, causing Verlone to black out again. Before destroying... Yeah, that's 4 total hits. That could well be a broken back or something nasty. Yeah, you're gonna be in the infirmary for a while, unless it's all cuts and scratches. Cuts and scrapes? Yeah. Bruises, what have you. The dragon takes 15. The long tom takes 15. The skulker takes 15. Archer takes 5. Alright, starting with DOS PPCs on 2s. Oh, such a good shot. Mm, 5 heat, we can go... Go up to 4 heat. Sure. Around 10 and 2 medium lasers. Or do we really want this long tom dead? I think we really want the long tom dead. And it's going to be 6s all around, except for the small and the LRMs. Save the LRMs for this guy on a 7. Quick draw into the back of the champion. Let's see, that's 15. Yeah, we can afford a large laser and place one of the mediums. Get into the back of this dragon with all of this mess. Cronus on the champion as well, I guess. Wish I'd done that before the back shots, just in case I take out an arm or something. Yeah, we've got 9s. 9s. What has he got on us? He's got 9s and a 9. Let's see, 11s, 9s, 5s. Yeah, we might as well go for that right side, try to take him out. Leave us at 1 heat for the turn. Alright, things are about to get hairy again. Long Tom hits the Orion in the right torso with a machine gun. Long Tom hits the Archer in the left arm with a machine gun. Hoser hits the Long Tom in the left side with 2 PVCs. Hits him in the front, finally immobilizing that sucker. Hits the left side with 2 medium lasers, destroying the engine, down to 18 armor there. SRM2 turret at the Cronus, landing 1, 2, 3 SRMs, all on the left side. Not too worried about that. The Skulker, excuse me, missing the awesome. Orion at the long tom, hitting the left side with the LB10 and a medium laser, hitting the rear and left side with SRMs, and hitting the Grand Dragon in the left leg with 5 LRMs. The Harasser missing the Orion on 9s, Guillotine at the Dragon, hitting the right torso rear with a glancing blow, left torso rear with a glancing blow, medium laser to the right leg, glancing blow, down to 1 armor there. The quick draw at the Champion hits the right arm and the center torso and the left torso rear, excuse me. And 3 SRMs to the right arm and center torso rear. Right arm is down to 3 structure, but no crits. Champion at the Cronus, hitting the autocannon 10 to the left torso, leaving it with 9 armor. Grand Dragon at the Archer, landing a medium laser to the right torso. Blackjack on the Skulker, landing a large laser to the right side, medium laser to the right side, medium laser to the front, and another one to the right side, and a medium laser to the front, destroying it. Did Hoser really miss a 4? Did he? Was way up, wasn't it? Long Tom, PPC, PPC. Yeah, with the large laser, missed with a 4, rolled a 3. Show enough. Let's see, that was the quick draw, getting not crits on the Champion. The Champion hitting us with the autocannon. Grand Dragon at the Archer. The Blackjack at the Skulker, destroying it. That's where I was. Enemy Stalker at Warwolf, hitting with 6 LRMs to the center torso and right leg. More time in the simulators. Ash into the back of that dragon, glancing off the right leg. Almost starting an accidental fire. Yeah, almost starting an accidental fire twice, but not doing a whole lot of damage. Dragon at Ash, missing with everything. Cronus at the Champion, hitting the right leg with the large laser, the left arm with a medium, down to 5 structure there. The Dragon missing the Archer, Dragon missing Hoser on a 10, and Warwolf landing 8 LRMs on the enemy Stalker to the center torso and left arm. Hitting Long Tom with 4 medium lasers, all to the right side, down to 50 armor there. And 3 SRMs also to the right side and rear, causing the machine gun to malfunction and costing it driving skill roll. The Champion falls, takes 6 to the right leg and center torso, critting on his lower leg and hip, causing the pilot to take his first point of damage, which he successfully avoids falling unconscious. Guillotine is going to, I think, kick the Dragon on a 6, or kick him in the left leg. How much does he have left on that left leg? 12. If we kick him in the left leg, he's going down and staying down. And I think that's worth doing. On a 5, that's 83% likely. We'll kick the Champion in the back on a 1. We'll hatchet the Dragon in the back on a 5. Alright, Guillotine kicks the Grand Dragon in the left leg, transferring into the left torso. The quick draw kicking the Champion in the left torso rear, critting on his SRM6 and leaving him with 2 structure in the left torso. Dragon missing a kick on the Orion. Archer missing a hatchet attack on the Dragon. Grand Dragon falls, takes 5 to the center torso and 1 to the left arm. Needs an 11 to avoid damage and a 3 to stay conscious. Other Dragons missed a kick, needs a 6, gets a 9. I feel like the tide is starting to turn now that our reinforcements have arrived. And I apologize, you guys. I really thought that I was going to be done with this mission in less than 2 hours, but alas, it does not seem to be the case. So we're going to go ahead and save the game at the beginning of at the end of round 8. Um, I don't want to call it artillery base again. Well, this is a new file, our new folder, since we updated to 49.7. So we can reuse the name arty base. Almost finished it in less than 2 hours the bad way. Yeah, it was unfortunate about the Marauder. The guillotine's in really rough shape, but honestly, the enemy's in worse shape than we are. I'm gonna go ahead and save that. Let me slash check BV. We're at 84%, which is lower than I like to be, but they're at 53%, which is a lot closer to where I like the enemy to be. Yeah, they're looking really rough. They've got a Grand Dragon that's missing an arm and a leg. They've got a Stalker that hasn't taken too much damage. The Champion is pretty messed up. I want to say at least one or two of these dragons are pretty badly messed up. This guy's taken some hurting. This guy is weak in the center torso. This guy's fresh. Okay, so of the 3 dragons, 2 of them have taken a little damage, but they're still mostly intact. It's the Grand Dragon that's down to 1 leg and 1 laser. Or, sorry. 1 leg. He still has 3 lasers in the LRMs. Alright. So yes, we're going to... We'll just call this exit save. Okay. And we'll come up here and we'll save this game. Oh, it's gonna be... Mid-battle is what we're going to call that one, because we did not end up advancing the day a single time during this entire episode. So, thank you all for joining me. It's been a pleasure. Like, comment, follow, subscribe, join the community. Link to the Discord is in my bio. Thank you all for joining me. It's been an honor and a pleasure. Especially you guys who showed up that I don't see that often. Not to name any names, but you know, it's been great having all of you, and I appreciate it. Thanks for the support, and we'll see you tomorrow for some HBS Battletech.